Welcome to Draves Archery, dravesarchery.com. I just sold another Mako, Alpine Mako bow fishing setup. This is a terrific setup. I went ahead, I told the guy he wanted me to sight it in for him. I just want to go over some of the gear real quick and then I'll show you how it performs. This is an Alpine Mako. I've got these in stock right and left-handed. We put the AMS Retriever Pro on it, which has the arrow holder and the quick jug. You'll see it perform very well. You can see the arrow holder, so it keeps your bow, keeps your arrow on your bow. And we also put the quick draw arrow rest on it. This is a complete arrow containment. I think it's the best bow fishing arrow rest on the market. Also have them now currently in pink if you're a women's shooter. And then we put the OMP rubber fingers on it, just because typically you're shooting fingers out of the bow. And the neatest thing I feel that we got on it as well is the Light Stryke, AMS Light Stryke laser sight system on it, and I'll show you how that performs. It has a push button right here on my fingers, and I went ahead and got it all rigged up. But the problem I ran into with putting this Light Stryke laser sight on here in this AMS Retriever is that by the time I put the Light Stryke and then the block for the Retriever Pro, this clutch gear on your AMS reel, it got out too far. So I brought it down to a friend of mine that has a local shop here, and we milled it out, and so that this plate will bolt straight to the Light Stryke sight. So we brought it in a good 1/4 inch plus, so that it's a lot ergonomic and able for you to grab the clutch and it's not jacked way off to the side. So that's the biggest difference that I did with this. And I got it all set in and sighted up. I got it set on 40 pounds. The reason this tube here is so long, if you're wondering, is so that your retriever line of your arrow doesn't get wrapped around the back side of this retriever and then fly back at you. So AMS Retriever does have a little keeper right here because this string will come out so easy that it'll just kind of fall out, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot a couple of them here. I did ready to go ahead and sight this in. It's working out really good, and I just thought it was neat enough that I'll shoot a video on it. You always want to make sure that you put this little stopper on your slide up, as you can see. And if you're shooting too many pounds or you're shooting a lot of power, take some black electrical tape and tape it around there really tight to help hold that together so you don't crack that where that screw goes in behind there. So you can see my bottle there. Turn the laser on. Whoop, I was just a touch low, but I dropped the bow. Shoot that again here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this system works and how this laser works, and hopefully here we can get pretty consistent with it. That's probably a little bit further than what you're typically going to be shooting a fish. We're 10 or 12 yards here. I would assume the majority of the time, depending on what kind of fish you're going after, they'll be about half that distance. But I went ahead and sighted it in for the far. Got that fish. And of course this arrow don't pull back very good through the grass. But there's one other thing I really like about these AMS arrows. These are the Sure Shot Penetrator points. And the really nice thing, if you're shooting a lot of fish, the nice thing about these points is typically you're shooting carp or gar or whatever, stinky fish, is this point does not have to get a pair of pliers on it to get it out. If this thing's in your fish, you can just twist the shaft a couple times and pull it, and that'll come out. A lot of the other heads, you got to get a pair of pliers on to remove them. So I would definitely recommend the Sure Shot Penetrator shafts by AMS, and we carry all this stuff in stock, guys. We'll price match anybody. There's no reason to buy it anywhere else. Call the experts at Draves Archery and we will fix you up. Let's kill another fish. Well, that one's tough. But barely missed him. But we are shooting fingers, so this laser's not gonna be exact, but it's gonna be pretty close. And there again, it doesn't do yardage, but it definitely, if you're not an archer and you want to shoot and you're going to a tournament and you want to shoot 90% of the ones, get 90% of the ones you shoot at, this laser will do the job. And the coolest thing about this laser is, my thinking is, I haven't mentioned yet, is that it will reflect through the water appropriately. So as a rule of thumb, if your fish is 6 inches low, you aim a foot. If you think the fish is 6 inches deep in the water, you got to aim a foot low. Well, with this laser on there, it goes in the water and turns exactly. So if the fish is 6 inches in the water, the laser's touching the fish, you let her go. Hit that one. Now that's a little fish. I mean, we're shooting a bluegill here, guys. I mean, at this distance, and like I said, this is about twice as far as what you're gonna do. So I'll shoot one more, and this guy ended up with right at 600 bucks, just a touch over $600, and it's fully set up. I sighted it in to his door and everything. That's with 3 arrows as well, not just one of these arrows. He got 3 arrows: the laser, the AMS Pro Retriever, the fingers, the bow. And this bow, you don't want a bow with a lot of let off. If you got an old bow in your closet, it'll work. This bow's designed for bow fishing. The reason is if you're halfway back and the fish is going down, you want to be able to let it go. A lot of those bows have got a hard break over cam in them. They're not well desired. And we got that fish as well. Of course, we're bouncing stuff off the grass, which just kind of takes the fun out of it. Always throw your arrow in the water, get your line wet before you start shooting. It's a lot safer, it prevents backlash. The only thing dangerous typically about bow fishing is preventing backlash, and this AMS Retriever is very safe. We'll shoot one more. And very safe, and never lets me down. I like it. I think it's the fastest retriever on the market from what I've dealt with. It's easy to get replacement string and restring it. And guys, these also work great for hanging rope swings, or you need to get a rope up high in a tree, pull down some dead branches, you're worried about them falling. I use my bow fishing anyways. But anyways, check us out. If you guys need any bow fishing stuff, you got any questions, this is the Alpine Mako with the AMS Light Strike laser, the AMS Pro Retriever, and the AMS rubber gloves. And of course, one of the best things on it, I think, is the arrow rest. And it is very reliable. You don't have to worry about the quick draw arrow rest, every arrow falling off of it. You can lay your bow down, you can point it down, whatever you're comfortable with. It's like the Whisker Biscuit of bow fishing, but it's much better than a Whisker Biscuit. And this laser is never going to be 100% accurate, but it is going to definitely help give you a lot better reference point, because you are shooting off your fingers. You may get it zeroed in where it's exactly where you want it. Questions, you name it, we'll take care of you here at Draves Archery, dravesarchery.com. Thank you.